Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness gracious. We have got some huge news coming up for Hearthstone, and I'm going to break it down for you in this video. What is going on, guys? I am Reese Gaming, and yeah, in case you didn't guess by that intro, I am very, very hyped and clearly very thirsty. So, last night we got a massive blog post about the future of Hearthstone, and I'm just going to break it down straight for you in this video. So coming up, obviously I am a wild player. Let's get that stressed first before we go into this. But I am a wild player, but I'm going to try and quickly talk about standard and then where my brain is and where the head's at for wild. So obviously coming up it's usually like late March, early April, we have the beginning of the new year. So what that means for standard is the 3 oldest sets disappear, and then we start introducing the newer set and obviously the newer sets for that year. So coming up, like I said, late March, early April, we're going to have that new year. So what that means is the 3 oldest sets disappear, and we're introducing a new set called the core set. Just to clarify, this does not mean it's an expansion. This is the new evergreen set. So let's break that down even more in case you're not following. The classic set and the basic set will no longer be a part of standard. So like it says here, after the set rotation this year, standard will include cards from the Year of the Phoenix, which is Ashes, Scholarmance, Madness at the Darkmoon Fair, the Darkmoon Races that was just released, and the next expansion, which we don't know yet, and the new core set. So the core set will now be taking the role of the classic and basic set. So let's have a look. Let's break down the core set. So, like I said, classic, basic are going. Core set is coming in. And the core set will include 235 new cards, which is fantastic. Well, not new cards. 235 cards. 88 of those will be from the already existing classic set. 54 will already be from your existing basic sets. That's the stuff you get when you first start playing Hearthstone. 55 cards will return from Wild. So that really is interesting. 4 cards returning from Ashes of Outland, just the Demon Hunter stuff. 4 cards returning from Demon Hunter Initiate. That's probably just to make sure they've got enough cards going into the new year. 1 card returning from the Hall of Fame, which is Shadow Form. That is interesting. And where it gets really exciting, 29 brand new cards, which is very, very exciting. So what does this mean for the classic set? So the classic and the basic that we know really well, that is disappearing into Wild, and they're calling the classic and the basic the legacy set, which I think is kind of interesting. So it's now going to become a legacy. So only Wild players will have access to the legacy set, which I think is really cool. So it says here you'll be able to unlock all these brand new cards totally for free, and they put that in highlighted somewhere. Look, core set will be free. So all these new cards will be free. Obviously, as a wild player, I already have all of these cards, but I will be able to get the 29 new cards for free just by leveling up my heroes to level 10. And I can get gold versions of those as well by doing these achievements, which I think is really cool. It says when you log in, you'll be able to get all these by leveling up, which I think is awesome. Yeah, like it says here, legacy set. So, the new card set will be named, basic and classic will join Wild in the form of a card set named Legacy, which I think is really cool. It says, the core set, when the core set is out of rotation, we'll be retiring the Hall of Fame entirely. So, Hall of Fame will be gone forever. The basic and classic sets will just move into Wild under a new name called the Legacy, which is where most cards from the Hall of Fame will go. There are a few exceptions, again, Baku, and other Hall of Fame cards from which we will return to the Witchwood set. So, the Hall of Fame is just sort of fizzling out, and all the cards are going back to where they sort of came from. Obviously, all the classic ones like Sylvanas, Azure Drake, they're all just going into the Legacy set. So, with classic set joining Legacy, and while all classic cards from their golden versions will be now we don't care about that, so we can now disenchant them. I don't think we'll get disenchant bonuses. I don't think we'll get the extra sort of compensation thing because, I can't see that happening because that. Yeah, people are just going to dust everything, get fuckloads of dust, and it's just not going to be it as like in the heads of a developer. They wouldn't do that. But these cards, they're going into Wild for now, but next year they might come back in. You don't know. Every year the core set will change, so cards might come back in, which I think is really cool. So it says introducing the classic format. This is huge as well. Oh my lord, this is a new game mode coming as well. Holy shit! So. We're getting a new game mode called the Classic Format. craft decks and compete using Hearthstone's original 240 cards as they were in 2014. So yeah, we're going to be able to play this mode. It's going to almost be like older than Wild, so you can only play with cards that were out in 2014 in their original states. I don't really know much about it. Honestly, I can't remember, but I just remember Miracle Rogue, Face Hunter, and Freeze Mage being busted. So we've got that to look forward to. And yeah, it will have its own ladder as well, which it says somewhere here about. All the stuff will be reverted. I can't remember. You can play either casual or have a ranked in that as well, and ranked rewards will also. You'll be able to get all your ranked rewards at your chests and stuff as well in this new mode, which is cool. And it was confirmed on Twitter as well, but this isn't the brand new mode they had been teasing as well for the last few months. So there is another mode coming as well. Tournament mode? Question mark. So yeah, here's all like just a nice little graphic. So we're gonna have this classic set. So classic, basic, classic as they were in 2014. That's like our new game mode. Wild is gonna have all these sets as well as that legacy set that we talked about, and then standard's gonna have that new core set. The current cards that are in standard, so Ashes, Scholarmance, Dark Moon, and obviously the mini sets in there as well, and a new set. So that is really exciting. Scrolling down here, yeah, we're going to be able to get like more deck slots up to 27 now. It's always funny. I always hit 18. I always get to 18, and then I sort of have a little sit back, and I'm like, okay, I only use like 3 of these decks anyway, so I don't really know why. Oh yeah, here we go. So the classic format, classic reward system ranks, and will function the same as standard and wild. So we're gonna try and hit legend in classic. Let's go for it. Okay. There, these cards as well. Do you remember these cards? So when some of the cards in the past were rotated to the Hall of Fame, we had sort of like standard had replacement cards, just to make sure, yeah, like as a replacement to the already existing stuff. Yeah, these are being rotated to Wild. They will be a part of the Legacy set, which I think is kind of weird because these cards, I don't think any of these have ever seen played. This card was actually okay. No, I didn't really use that ever. Brightwing is kind of like a pick sometimes off Zephyrus, but yeah, these cards are bad, so they will be a part of the Legacy set, although they're not really Legacy, but sure. Yeah, whatever. Alright, there's some, like, obviously some facts down here, like frequently asked, but we're not really going to get into that. Yeah, I just wanted to really quickly go through sort of like how I'm feeling. I mean, just sort of as a summary, very excited to see 29 new cards. Of course, the core set is purely for standard. It's purely just for standard to make sure that they're sort of, you know, their sort of centerpiece of like cards is not stale. So I know that standard, they always moan about how OP Rogue is. Like Rogue's classic and basic set was so powerful with Edwin. They had their preps, backstabs, eviscerates. Like all these cards have just always see play, and I think potentially removing those from, you know, by removing those like out with classic and basic and bringing in new cards is going to shift just massively and just give the game and standard really fresh feel. I'm really intrigued to know what 55 wild cards they're going to use. That might be another video idea. And actually, it might make me want to play standard for a little bit. 55 is quite a big number, so I'm quite interested to see. I'm almost thinking cards like Dr. Boom, Pilot Shredder, these cards won't be picked. That's what I'm thinking. Like Dr. Boom and Pilot Shredder, for example, were so powerful in their days. They were just played in every deck ever. I really can't see that being a thing. I think it's going to be really specific cards, like I don't know, you know, like how they've been trying to push like Burn Shaman for a little bit, like we're trying to make like the Phoenix and the Spell Power, discover a Spell Power dude. They might bring cards back like Crackle, for example, like they're going to sort of give that deck a bit of a boost. I can't see, yeah, they're more likely going to pick cards like Crackle, which go in a very specific deck, rather than a Pilot Shredder or Dr. Boom that goes in every deck. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I'm quite intrigued to see. Yeah, maybe we can have a little guess at those in a future video. But yeah, guys, that's sort of just my very initial read through. I am hyped, honestly, really hyped for all this. It was really funny when I first read this. I was like, oh my god, Wild's changing. They're calling Wild Legacy now. But I read it wrong, read it too fast. Wild isn't changing. We'll just get in 29 new cards, which is still exciting. You know, we just got like how many cards did we just get? I can't remember. Was it 30 something? We just got like 30 new cards, and it's really shifted the meta. So having 29 more is going to be good. So yeah, we can't argue with that. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. It's been a little bit of a rush through, but you know me, I get hyped, I get excited, and I just wanted to let you know my sort of initial impressions and all that jazz. Obviously, guys, I'll make more videos coming up when we start revealing some of these cards, when we start seeing some. Maybe I'll do sort of a, I don't really play standard, but maybe I'll do a video, like I said, about these 55, like maybe get some, maybe like some ideas, or yeah, I'll just let you know how I'm feeling when they come out. We'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. We got BlizzCon next week, apparently, so we'll see this all for ourselves anyway. And maybe we'll see that new mode they've been teasing as well for the last few months. We'll see. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I've been Reese Gaming. Have a good rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.